In this video, we'll be reviewing FileBound Connect, Send and Save, a plugin for Outlook and part of FileBound Connect application. What's Send and Save? I'm glad you asked. Let me set the scene. Mr. Bloggs has to send this critical email off to his client. This email potentially is a HR in nature or a legal document or a contract. The list goes on. After sending the email, Mr. Bloggs knows Outlook will automatically keep a copy of the email in the Sent Items folder. However, perhaps due to company policy or an accidental oversight, the sent items are cleared and the email is forever lost. I'm sure most people have had to retain important email correspondence or faced this type of situation in the past. To mitigate this, common practice might be to move the email from the Sent Items folder to an archive folder. The trouble is, over time you can be faced with the dilemma of trying to find an important email lost in a sea of Outlook folders, or forgetting to archive the email in the first place. FileBound Connect's Send and Save function takes away the pain, making the task of sending and saving an email simple. Let me demonstrate. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few things, one being Send and Save, how I can send an email and save it into FileBound at the same time, and the other being how I can save historical emails from Outlook into FileBound. So you'll notice here, initially I've got this contract open, and I've got nothing in my correspondence divider and nothing in my supporting documents divider. Now if I open up the email that I've prepared here, we can see we've got the contract ID there, we've got an attachment and a message. Now rather than press send here as I would normally do, I'm going to come and click on the FileBound tab and then click on Send and Save to FileBound. What's going to happen now, as we can see, FileBound Connect is opened on the right. It's going to run a search on that contract ID and it's returned the contract from FileBound, and then I've got this prompt in the middle here that's going to ask me what I would like to do. So I could store the original email with the attachment embedded in it, or I can store the attachment and contents as separate documents, or I could store the attachments only. In this case, I want to store the email and the attachment as separate documents. While I'm here, I'm just going to rename this emails to email provision of insurance certificate, and I specify where I want to put that. So I want to put that into the correspondence divider, and I want to put this one into the supporting documents divider. So now when I click on save, it will not only send that email to the recipient, but it will file it in the appropriate file in FileBound. We'll just refresh this file here. And we can see here in the correspondence folder, we now have the email that I sent. And if I scroll down in supporting documents, we've got our certificate of liability, the insurance. Okay, and now if I come up to my mail client here, I can see here is the email that's just come through that I sent. Now, how do we save an existing email into FileBound? Well, let me show you. If we come and search for Roy's HR file here, and I come back into my Outlook, I can see here I have an email that I'd like to save in against Roy's file. In fact, I don't really care to save the email, I just want to save the attachment. So with that email selected, I'll come to FileBound, save email to FileBound, and in this case I just want to store the attachment, sample fund profile, into the superannuation document divider. We'll click on save. If I click on view down here, it'll open up Roy's file. And we can see here's the sample fund profile. As you can see, the send and save function within FileBound Connect is a simple and effective way to capture and file important email correspondence on the fly right from Outlook. FileBound Connect has many other features that can be viewed by watching the video linked in the description below. This feature is just one. If you are a current FileBound Australia customer, you have access to this powerful tool already. It's part of your FileBound subscription. Reach out to sales@filebound.com.au if you would like to know more or gain access to FileBound Connect, unlocking the power of Send and Save today.